Hi everyone, welcome. FPLMattDay here, and I'm back again for another tier list. And this is going to be my defenders. So my tier list for my favorite defenders for the 23 to 24 FPL season. I've done the goalkeeper one, so if you did miss it, check it out on my channel. This one's for defenders, and I will also have a midfielder and striker tier list coming soon by request from my subscribers. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you do not miss an upload. And also, if you are new and not new here, please hit that like button. Just take 5 seconds of your time to hit that like button and get your comments in. Let me know what you think of this tier list. Do you like it? Have I missed anyone? And let me know what defenders you're going to pick for your teams and your drafts going into the new season. But let's go straight into it. Let's share screen. I'll go through the ranking system on this one. So let's bring that one up. So as you know from those that watch the goalkeeper one, I do it a little bit different in terms of the ranking systems. And I'm going to go with this ranking system here. So the cream of the crop is prime Maldini. And a lot of people are probably thinking I should have picked a Premier League defender, but there's been too many. And everyone that talks about a good defender always sort of talks about prime Maldini. So I'm going to go Maldini. Then the next award is the LEIGHTON BAINES award. Really consistent, solid FPL player. And he could also add goals with free kicks. Would also get on pens as well. And yeah, just a very consistent 7, 8 out of 10 most weeks. So the LEIGHTON BAINES award is in there. Then next, I've gone with the potential Stuart Dallas. So not necessarily those 4 to 4.5 million type of defenders. Well, some of them are, but it's also more of, there could be a defender that could be priced high, but still lower than some of the top range defenders. And it's someone to consider. And then the bottom is the TITUS Shambles section. So those that used to follow Premier League back in the Titus Bramble days know he would sometimes get himself tied up in knots and they would call him Titus Shambles. But look, let's go into it now. Let's go first into the Titus Shambles section. And there's 4 players in the Titus Shambles section. And look, I'm probably going to miss players in each list. So that is just going to happen. These are just some picks that I think you need to avoid. And that one there on the far side, Nelson Semedo from Wolves. He's always someone that flatters to deceive, plays in that, obviously, wing-back position, but just never delivers a point we think. Stay away from him, in my opinion. And then on the other far side, you've got the other Wolves defender, Nori. And I know he was someone that, he was in and out of our teams a couple of years ago when Wolves were looking quite good defensively. But again, you never know who they're going to play on those positions. Always looks good with his price, but do not get sucked in. And then the other 2 there, Malacia from Man United. Again, you look at him and think good price at 4.5 million, but he's not going to get in ahead of Luke Shaw. It's just not going to happen. So don't get sucked in. And then the other one there, the guy with the afro, Cucurella, who was a potential Stuart Dallas award when he was at Brighton, but now, at Chelsea, he's just not doing it for me. Really poor performances with Chilwell fit. I just can't see Cucurella getting in the team unless they play him in, a central position, depending on how Pochettino plays. But yeah, it's a no from me there. So let's go into the next section, which is the potential Stuart Dallas pick. So these are the ones, that if you get these in, it could really help you with enabler types and also some expensive players that could do better than the prime Maldinis potentially. And Pedro Porro there, brilliant end to the season for Spurs, was scoring goals, getting assists, getting bonus points, wasn't getting the clean sheets because Spurs were very poor defensively. But that could change this year, and he's only 5 million. There's some potential in there at 5 million that he could end up producing 6.5 million type of returns. The next one, Van Dijk, we all know him really well. Best ever season of late. Well, his recent really good season, 183 points. In the 21 to 22 season. Last season wasn't Liverpool's best and he still got 127. But at 6 million, he could save you that extra 2 million on Trent. And if he has another really strong season, he might not be far off Trent if Liverpool do improve again defensively and he can score a few goals. Then Tyrone Mings goes in there at 4.5 million, scored really well last season at that price. But I still want to see Aston Villa over a full season. So he's got that potential in there at 4.5 million. And then Ben Chilwell, he's only in potential because he gets injured so much. And when he plays, he gets those solid scores. Then he picks up an injury and something happens to him. So I just couldn't put him any higher than that. And at 5.5 million, he could really save you that money because he plays very, very attacking. And he's good when he plays. It's just not very often. And then on the far side there, didn't have a picture on FPL, so I've put him up. It's Bell from Luton Town, 4 million. A lot of people are expecting him to be a starting defender at £4 million. What an enabler. Potential Lord Lundstrom type of player in there at that price. So a very exciting category, that one. Really liking that list of players. And let's go into the Leighton Baines Award. So these are your 7, 8 out of 10s every week. You know, they stay in your team for the whole season. You know, and they're just so consistent. And you will see, I'll start off with him on that far side. You'll see Reece James has snuck in there. And he didn't get into sort of the weekly starter or the prime Maldini category. And I'll let you know why. If he was fully fit every week, he would probably be prime Maldini, especially at 5.5 million. But he wouldn't be 5.5 million. He'd probably be in the 7 million or higher range because he is so good going forward, so attacking. And when Chelsea, you know, have got it together, they can keep clean sheets as well. But we've seen Reece James get 20+ point hauls, you know, week in, week out for about a month, a couple of seasons ago. And even last season at times, you know, some huge scores. But then he gets run down by injuries. But I just thought with some of his big performances he's had down the past, and it's been so good, I had to put him in that Leighton Baines Award right now because he is someone that you can probably look to start the season with Chelsea's potential good run. Chelsea are untested under Pochettino, but I just didn't think it was fair to leave him out because I know a lot of people are looking at him at the moment. Then I've got Luke Shaw in there as well, 5.5 million, highly selected at the moment. A lot of people like having Luke Shaw, and he can get forward, he can get goals and assists. And United, you know, not too bad at their clean sheets. Will have a new goalkeeper this season as well. Might help them with clean sheets, might not. We will have to see. And next to him there, 4.5 million for Botman is an absolute bargain, especially if he does get those starts. The Champions League could be an issue because they will be having 2 games a week, so they could run into some problems with rotation. But 4.5 million, really like him. I know there's the likes of Fabian Schär as well and Dan Burn. So they're obviously really good picks too. But I think Botman at 4.5, there's just something about that pick that looks really good this season. Then next to him there, I've gone with Saliba. Very impressive last season in that first half of the season up until his injury in the second half of the season. Strong amount of points. Was also scoring goals, a couple of screamers from outside the box as well. And I think that's really good value at 5 million. Ben White, spoiler alert, doesn't make this list, but I think Saliba could be this season's Ben White at 5 million. Ben White's gone up this year. I think Arsenal will have a few more options with the likes of Timber coming in there as well. So yeah, Saliba for me, I think he'll be a starter in that team. And then next to him there, Ben Mee, a great season last year. Brentford, good fixtures, solid team. 7 out of 10 every week from Ben Mee, and a big set piece threat. Always gets those weeks where he pops up with a goal and gets you a double-digit haul. So let's go into the prime Maldini category, and no surprises, I don't think. Surely not. Maybe Gabriel there, you can see on the far side from Arsenal, 5 million, but really high scoring last year. His goals that he scores for Arsenal, he gets goals, he knocks assists on from corners, very good in the air. Arsenal, you expect them to, you know, be very good again defensively this season. Lots of strong signings, strong squad, momentum coming on from the back of a solid season last year. So he is in there at 5 million. That is a bargain. And then next to him, Trippier, he gets in the prime Maldini. And I know Newcastle have a tough run, and a lot of people kind of staying away from Trippier at the start, but you can't not put him in there after his scoring last season. He went on the best ever run back-to-back of any FPL defender we've ever seen, with the amount of scores and clean sheets and assists and points he got in a row and returns. It was phenomenal. So he has to be in there. And then Estupiñán at 5 million in a high-performing Brighton team that you expect to improve again this season, even though they've lost McAllister, even though they're going to lose Caicedo. You expect them to improve. And he's just phenomenal. We saw on his day last season with that unbelievable return against Arsenal towards the end of the season that he can pick up big attacking returns and obviously clean sheets as well. And then let's go to the final pick, the ultimate prime Maldini FPL pick is Trent Alexander-Arnold at 8 million, highest price defender this year. And a lot of people are trying to dispute it, but I've said this many a time. Liverpool, you expect them to improve this season. I don't think they're going to be as bad defensively as what we saw at times last season. Trent, you're paying 8 million for a midfielder defender hybrid. He isn't just a defender. So if Liverpool don't keep a clean sheet, it doesn't mean you're not going to get points. He can still find the back of the net. He can still get assists. He's got this new inverted fullback position as well. We saw it for England when the season wrapped up. We saw it at the end of the season for Liverpool. Some of those great runs he went on, some great goals. And he's just going to be, this could be the Trent that we've seen. Best season, I think he got 210 points, which was phenomenal. That is nearly, it is 37 points more than Kevin De Bruyne last season in a title-winning Man City team. Phenomenal. And you're going to have to pay £10.5 million for De Bruyne, not 8 million that you'd pay for Trent. So treat him as a midfielder and defender hybrid. But there you go. That's my list. There's definitely going to be players I've missed out, I'm sure. Let me know who they are in the comments. Let me know what you think of the categories, where I've tiered everyone in the comments. Any questions, let me know. It'll be great to get some thoughts on your teams and potential picks for the new season. Please subscribe if you're new here. Hit the notification bell as well and give the video a like. Let me know if you want the midfielder category as well, and I will get that video sorted. I know I said I'm going to do it, but it's always good to see if everyone is still keen for me to put that video out. I'm FPLMattDay. Thanks for everyone that's tuned into the video. I'll see you all in the next one. Stay tuned on the channel for more videos just like this and plenty of shorts to come up until the new season. Bye for now.